At the end of the day, what does a good client relationship look like for the both of you? What is success for each of you when it comes to helping someone else on this journey?
For me, it's when the client says, I've really improved my confidence, and they've improved their confidence because they're fueling their body correctly. So they're getting enough sleep and they're having the right energy levels. They've improved their confidence because they can look in the mirror and they're really happy with their physique. So for me, it's like, Bradley, thank you so much. You've improved my confidence. That's really key, because don't get me wrong, I could help someone get in unbelievable shape, but how that actually help them mentally. And at the end of the day, without mental health, who are we as a person? And it does come from physical health, of course. But so for me, my goal is with every client, how can I improve your confidence? How can I save you from burnout? How can I save you from hating yourself or not having that self-esteem? Because without strong confidence or strong self-esteem, you simply won't reach your full potential.
Wow. Yeah. And those values. Yeah. Having those values of doing it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
When I started and I became a personal trainer, I nerded out on fitness, on form, on learning different exercises and programming. But what hooked me on, I know this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life, is be a personal trainer and help people, was one of the first clients that I had trained her maybe twice, and she came in one morning. She was like a 5 a.m. client. It looked like something was really bothering her. Like she looked teary-eyed. So I asked her what was wrong, and she said her husband left her the night before. And I was just shocked that she showed up.
That's tough.
And so I was like, do you want to talk about it? Like, we don't have to work out. Are you okay? We talked. 2 sessions later, I could tell that her confidence was different. She came in and she just like looked a little bit happier. And it was having that workout session for her to go to feel accomplished after putting in the work is what her going. And I think that is so important. That is so missed with fitness, is we want so much for an aesthetic and we want to lose weight or we want muscle tone that we completely forget the confidence that fitness builds and how powerful you can feel working out.
If you could go back to the both of you and give advice to your 20-year-old self who just lost their spot on the dream football team or wasn't feeling driven in the university course or at work, what would you say to yourselves?
I would probably just say, trust yourself, because when I quit my marketing job, I knew I loved fitness, but it wasn't anything that, my family did or, went into our own gyms or anything. So I was like the first one to kind of go out and do it. And you just wonder when you're in your 20s, like, am I doing the right thing? And I think it's just important to trust yourself. Like, what you love, what's right for you. And you just have to trust and follow your passion.
What are your observations about it now versus when you were just starting out? And what are some good aspects or negative aspects you are seeing in the trends?
There's always positives and there's always negatives, right? I'm a very optimistic, positive person, so I always look at the positives. And I think there's a lot of people out there that look at the negatives. For me, the positives are there are likes myself and Alexia out there, and we were the probably original influencers. And now everyone's a bloody influencer, but they're still posting up their High Rocks workouts, their half marathon time. So there is a lot of positive energy and a lot of motivation out there. It depends on the individual. Do they see that as motivation or do they see that as, oh, I can't do that. I don't think I'll be able to do that. So sometimes it's down to the individual and how they see that content. So I think that's really important to make note of. But of course, there are a lot of content out there that can be damaging. There's a lot of people out there obviously spreading misinformation, for example, or trying to sell their programs by saying, I've got this new crazy fad diet that you should try.
Wow.
And that can be quite dangerous because there are people out there. And look at Ozempic, for example. Look at these weight loss jabs as an example. People want quick fixes. People want results now without understanding the bad effects that it can have on their health. And that's the problem also.
People have been way more open-minded recently about their health, and they've been wanting to take more control over their health. Fight that people have with themselves of wanting things instant, like Bradley was saying. I think a lot of times people look at getting healthy or getting fit as that's just a hobby. I want to get it as fast as possible. I want to look great. I want to do all of that. But you have to look at taking care of yourself, whether it's with fitness, with wellness, with your nutrition, like you do when you're choosing what career you want. If you're trying to do shortcuts to your career, you're never going to become CEO. If you want to get the promotions, you want to get to the next position in your job, like you have to put the time in and you have to put the practice in and you have to do all of the different tests to see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And I think that a lot of people get discouraged when they're trying something or they feel like they've tried everything and they're like, nothing works for me. And I think we need to shift the mindset, looking at that as a positive, as I've tested all of these different things. Those didn't work. What haven't I tested yet?
In 5 years' time, what for each of you, it's like a job interview, what does success look like for you both beyond the business metrics?
For me, there's going to be at least 3 kids.
Great. Okay.
I mean, it'd be in a physical good place, emotionally good place,
Great.
and financially good place. That's the 5-year goal. Do I need to be a multi-millionaire? I will try to be, but again, as long as my family are comfortable, we're succeeding, everyone's healthy, that's the most important thing. It's going to be challenging, of course. Time is changing. You don't know what's around the corner. However, I'm really excited about the future.
Yeah, that's super positive. I love that.
Yeah, definitely just building out, my community more, making my app and website better, starting a family, trying to reach as many people as possible through fitness. That's always been my goal.